5 head of state wants to kill Ibrahim Traore. Has been confirmed they are over here in Africa. I'm going to name them and to reveal their name and what plan they have towards the eliminating of Ibrahim Traore. After yesterday, Ibrahim Traore decided to scrap off election board in Burkina Faso, claiming that they are using a lot of money to form this board, yet they are not doing a good work. Remember that this election board in Burkina Faso have been there for almost 20 years. Right now, Ibrahim Traore, yesterday, he decided to remove it. This has not been happy. 5 head of state have come out and criticized whatever that Ibrahim Traore has done towards the election board in Burkina Faso. 90% of the Burkinabés are behind Ibrahim Traore, but yet 10% of the Burkinabés are not happy with whatever that Ibrahim Traore has decided to do. We as Chris Nolan TV, we are always here to expose the bad things that some head of states has towards Ibrahim Traore. If 90% of the Burkinabés are happy, what makes these 5 head of state to criticize whatever that Ibrahim Traore has decided to do? Something that is going to shock you. This is something that people did see it coming. So many people were happy to see that this election board has been using a lot of money. There is something that is going to shock you after I'm going to unveil 5 head of state in Africa that wants to eliminate Ibrahim Traore. This is their plan. I'm going to expose them. So Ibrahim Traore should be very careful with those head of state that are close to him. These are the African head of state that wants to eliminate Ibrahim Traore after he passed a law of removing the election board in Burkina Faso. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the love. God bless you. If you are new here, kindly subscribe and click the notification button for you to never ever miss any news that we post here in our channel, because we always focus on whatever that is trending in the world of internet. We are here to make sure that Africans are united, and those bad leaders that are against head of state that are doing an amazing work, our work is to expose them without any fear. That's what we do. That's what we'll continue doing. That right now there is a plan of 5 head of state in ECOWAS that have come together and criticize whatever that Ibrahim Traore has done towards the election board by removing it. The first head of state that is against whatever that Ibrahim Traore has done, and he has claimed that Ibrahim Traore was not democratically elected. Who is he to come out and make some orders that are going to affect people in Burkina Faso? Alassane Ouattara, the president of Ivory Coast, has criticized whatever that Traore has done. Alassane Ouattara, this is the statement he has said. I'm going to read one by one on whatever this head of state have said about that issue. As leaders, we need to respect the democratic right of people. You are not democratically elected. Why are you coming up and decide to scrap out election board? That is what Alassane Ouattara has said. Remember that this is a president that has been against Ibrahim Traore, and even the coup d'etat of eliminating Ibrahim Traore was planned in Ivory Coast. So Alassane Ouattara and Ibrahim Traore are not in good terms. So whatever that Ibrahim Traore is trying to do in Burkina Faso, Alassane Ouattara is always against it. And in ECOWAS, this a president that has been criticizing Ibrahim Traore, and he wants him to step down so that democracy can take place in Burkina Faso. He was the first person that has been planning with the West on how they are going to bring Ibrahim Traore down. Deep reveal that right now they are working with some leaders that I'm going to reveal to you, that on a way that they can bring Ibrahim Traore down using this rule that he has passed yesterday. They are going to use this to eliminate him out of power. Alassane Ouattara claims that Ibrahim Traore wants to be a dictator in Burkina Faso. He wants to take Burkina Faso in his own hand. That is not in power to remove election board in Burkina Faso. That is not my words, but the words of Alassane Ouattara towards Ibrahim Traore. The other president is the president of Sierra Leone, Julius Maada Bio, who has asked he has said that as the president of ECOWAS, he doesn't agree to whatever that Ibrahim Traore has done. That there is no country that is being headed by Interior Ministry, being head of election board. There is no country. So whatever that Ibrahim Traore is doing is taking democratic right of the people of the Burkina in his own hand. Not my words, but the words of Julius Maada Bio, the president of Sierra Leone, who say these words against Ibrahim Traore. He said that there is nothing that he has towards Ibrahim Traore, but scrapping out election board, it's something that is very, very sad. Ibrahim Traore needs to step down. Not my words, but the words of the words of Julius Maada Bio, who is the president of Sierra Leone. That is what is shocking everyone. Like, this is someone's own country. Why are you coming in and fight someone? Yet 90% of the Burkina are happy with Ibrahim Traore. Why are these head of state very selfish, thinking about themselves? Is it a must for Burkina Faso to be part of ECOWAS, coming together and discussing whatever a certain head of state has decided to do together with his own people? It doesn't matter. Don't peep nose in people's business. So these are people that are working around the clock, because Sierra Leone president has said that his days are numbered. What does he mean by saying that his days are numbered? What is their plan? Are you getting whatever that I'm saying? That these head of state are planning something towards Ibrahim Traore. Right now, they are working hard to make sure that they have done whatever that they want towards Ibrahim Traore. Remember that he survived 21 assassination attempts. This is how it usually started. The other president is the president of Nigeria, who has come out and said that as head of states, we need to respect democracy. That if you are not democratically elected, why are you coming out and remove an election board? That is not fair to the people in Burkina Faso. Not my words, but the words of the president of Burkina Faso, the president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, against Ibrahim Traore. And the other one that is going to shock you, and I'm telling you that these head of states in Africa are the ones that are working with the West to make sure that they have removed Ibrahim Traore out of power. That is their plan. And right now, they are spearheading and they are taking notes and they are taking something that Ibrahim Traore is doing on their hands. So that is the reason why they are working hand in hand with the West. Remember that these people are being spearheaded by the West to do whatever that they are doing towards Ibrahim Traore. We as Africans, we are not going to relent. We are going to stand with presidents that have vision towards us as Africans. As a president that talks about unity, we as Africans are behind him and are ready to support him. The other president that is going to shock you, and I'm going to explain the reason why Ibrahim Traore should be very careful with this president, who is a great friend of him. Keenly, just stay keenly, and I'm going to unveil to you. The president of Mali, Assimi Goïta. Ibrahim Traore should be very careful with Assimi Goïta. Remember that Assimi Goïta has signed a deal with Ukraine. That is something that has just happened. They have signed so that they can work together. And Assimi Goïta is a very good friend of Ibrahim Traore. What is the plan of Assimi Goïta? By working with enemies of Russia. Remember that right now, Russia is supporting Burkina Faso. Yet, Russia is fighting Ukraine. And Assimi Goïta is signed a deal with Ukraine. So, Ibrahim, Captain Traore, you should be very careful with these head of state that are close to you. Remember that these are the people that can bring you down. Don't trust them so much. This is my advice towards Ibrahim Traore. Don't trust them so much, because some of the people that are close to you are your biggest enemy. Remember that. We saw that has just happened. Even in Burkina Faso, he was brought down by even in Burkina Faso, Thomas Sankara was brought down in the year 1988 by his close friend Blaise Compaoré. So Ibrahim Traore, you should be very careful with Assimi Goïta. He knows very well that you are working with Russia. Going ahead and sign a deal with Ukraine, it's something that should be taken with a lot of consideration. This is someone that means that he doesn't care about your friendship, but he cares about his own people. So look at this person carefully, because there is a plan that Assimi Goïta might plan towards you. Remember that. Ibrahim Traore rejected a deal with Ukraine because you're working with Russia. That is loyalty. That is loyalty of the highest order. If Assimi Goïta is your friend, why does he go ahead and sign a deal with your enemy? Something that doesn't make sense. Even Patrice Lumumba was brought down by his closest friend Mobutu Sese Seko. Remember that? So, this is the time that you need to be very careful. This is the time that you need to stand up and work together as Africans. So, we as Africans must be united, must love one another for us to move forward. Unity amongst Africa is something that you are going to champion for. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter if you are a Christian. It doesn't matter if you are a Muslim. It doesn't matter if you are a pagan. What matters is unity amongst Africa. This is the time that Africans need to wake up and love one another. These are African head of state that wants to eliminate Ibrahim Traore after scrapping off election board in Burkina Faso, which has stayed for 20 years. So share this video so that people can know whatever that is currently happening in Africa. If you are new here, kindly subscribe, click the notification button for you to never ever miss any news that we post here in our channel, because we always focus on whatever that is trending in the world of internet. As you always say, Christinaland TV, the home of African trending story. Until next time, kindly share. You can also support this. Doing research, coming up with this content is always very difficult. We highly need your support. You can support us with anything that you have through the number down there, and God will bless anything, and God will bless you through the number down there. Kindly subscribe, click the notification button. Until next time, we always say we are Africans, and Africa will remain to be our business. Until next time, game over.